All right, welcome back to another episode of the Preview Show. I'm Casey Campbell. That's Jonathan Field from the Racing Experts. How's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty good. I had a good weekend of racing out at Mid Ohio and Sonoma, and it's great to see some of the new road courses on the schedule. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so basically the same storylines that we talked about last week. Hendrick Motorsports and Ty Gibbs. He won the ARCA race. And then of course, AJ won at had to battle, basically had to come back from a penalty and then, got with Austin Cindric. Ty Gibbs was up there too. Basically, it was those three cars that were battling it out. But in the end, um, getting that big win in Colleague's backyard, that's got to be big for AJ.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you saw it, like if you're watching the post race show, Matt Cowling came up and gave. It was Justin Haley, but I'm sure AJ Allmendinger got one too. A big kiss on the cheek Justin Haley got, and you know, it's a big race for them. They had a lot of like close partners out there. And Cowley Racing has just been doing great ever since they really. I think ever since they brought AJ on the team and expanded to run three cars pretty regularly. It's just been great what they've been able to do over there. AJ's been an awesome addition. Also, I talk about Jeff Burton too. He's been running very well. He's been very quiet this season too.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, of course, the win at Talladega. It's going to be down to the wire for that Xfinity Championship. Coming up the rest of the year. Xfinity cars, they're at Texas. Trucks are at Texas as well. Then we got the All-Star race. We'll get into the All-Star race in a little bit. But first, let's talk about this trucks thing. John, wait, no. Yeah, let's do that. Trucks, John Hunter Nemechek he seems like he's the dominant truck. I mean, he's here for wins. And if you want to win this championship, you got to get by that Ford truck. And we all know that. KBM is back in a big way. And it looks like John Hunter is the truck to beat every single week.
No, certainly. Yeah, I mean, John Hunter Nemechek has been the truck to beat lately, but one person who has been really good just as far as coming up through the ranks, kind of like developing his talent is Carson Hocevar. I mean, we saw the Charlotte race where Carson Hocevar, he reeled in John Hunter Nemechek. I think it was about 4 or 5 tenths. It didn't look like he was going to catch and pass him or anything, but I mean, it looked, John Hunter Nemechek was kind of managing the gap, but it looked close at the end. I think, Carson Hocevar, he starts third on, for the Truck Series race, but I think he's going to be someone you're going to have to watch over the next few years. I mean, he's a young talent. I mean, he literally just like Ty Gibbs, he literally just graduated high school, so he's going to be someone to watch. Him and Ty Gibbs. Another one too is going to be coming up in the Xfinity Series is Sam Mayer as well. There's a lot of good talent in the field, in addition to John Hunter Nemechek.
Sam Mayer, of course, will be only a few more weeks until he makes his Xfinity debut for Junior Motorsports, and he's pretty excited about that. Yeah, and of course, you mentioned Carson Hocevar. By the way, guess what? Money in the Banks tonight at Berlin Raceway. He's over there competing, defending his title over there down at West Michigan, where he's from. So good luck down there, and it should be a good show tonight. I'm going to be tuning in on Track Pass. You mentioned it with the trucks, but let's now shift over to the Xfinity side of things. No, Ty Gibbs is not in the race. Kyle Busch is in the 54 this week. So kind of going into what this field is, we've seen the Joe Gibbs cars, and we've seen Junior Motorsports, Kaulig, and Team Penske all perform really, really well this weekend. But a team that we haven't seen outside of Ty Gibbs is Joe Gibbs Racing. Daniel Hemrick hasn't won, Brandon Jones hasn't won, and Harrison Burton hasn't won yet this year.
Yeah, I think JGR, while they haven't won yet this season, they've been on the cusp of doing well. Daniel Hemrick's led laps. Harrison Burton has led some laps. I mean, Daniel Hemrick. Can we just talk about someone who is so close? He's got the bit between his teeth. He's just got to bite down one of these times. It's gonna happen. I really hope it happens because seeing Hamrick out there, his day is coming, and I don't want to show any bias when but it would be great to see Hamrick break through and get a win, and I think they're close. Even with Brandon Jones too, like he's scored top fives, top tens, kind of a feast or famine season, but the performance is there. So I don't think there's anything to worry about with JGR, but it is weird to see JGR not going out and winning a bunch of races in a series that they dominate for so long.
Unless your name's Ty Gibbs.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll go with. Yeah, it's gonna be. And last time we were at Texas, Joe Gibbs Racing driver won, and was Harrison Burton. So, kind of going into that, kind of foreshadowing that. We'll get to those. We'll get to picks later, but we got to talk about some. We got to talk. It is the All-Star race at Texas Motor Speedway. I do not know what to expect this weekend. I don't know. I'm in Detroit. I am in Detroit for IndyCar this week. I'm sure you're going to be all over the All-Star race. So I'm leaving this to you, but what are we going to expect for the All-Star race?
Well, first of all, I want to mention that, NASCAR is going to be trying some different things with this All-Star race. So the package they'll be running, it's going to be a different tapered spacer. Right now, the one they run at tracks bigger than 1 1/3 mile is a 550 horsepower package. And basically, what they're going to be running at Texas is going to be a different tapered spacer that produces about 510 horsepower. So about 40 horsepower less, basically a couple mile per hour difference. There'll be like less top speed, with the cars and stuff. But the race format is another big thing too. There's going to be 6 different rounds, and follow with me here. So there's going to be 15 laps in the first one. The field will be inverted from any point from 8th to 12th, and then round 2 it'll be 15 laps with the entire field inverted. Round 3 will be 15 laps, and the field can be inverted starting anywhere from the 8th through 12th positions. And then round 4 will be 15 laps, and then round 5 will be 30 laps. And what's kind of cool about this is they will be required to make a pit stop, a 4-tire pit stop, during this round, and the crew at the fastest stop will earn $100,000. So the lineup for this round, the round 5, that will be 30 laps, will be determined by cumulative finish from the first 4 rounds, the best cumulative finisher starting from the pole. And the ties will be broken by most career All-Star wins, most career Cup Series Plains race wins, or the Cup standings heading into the All-Star race. If you need 3 mathematicians to figure that out, don't worry, you're not alone. But round 6 is pretty simple because we have 10 laps, and the cars will line up according to their finishing position in round 5. So it's gonna be something, that's for sure. We have 17 cars already locked in to the All-Star race, and then there's going to be 3 stages to the All-Star Open, 2020 and 10, and then a fan vote winner, of course. So I think it's going to be an interesting race. It'll be interesting to see what the 510 horsepower package does too. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen just as far as that, and just with the formula? What do you think is going to happen, Casey?
I don't know. I'm just going to let this. I really haven't talked about the All-Star race. When I looked at that, when I was explaining this format, it's like, we don't need 3 mathematicians. We have Bob Pockrass, but that's an advantage in itself.
And yes, the track will have lights for the All-Star race.
Stop it. I'm gonna be. I don't know. It's definitely going to be interesting for sure. But there's a lot of racing this weekend. Of course, we got. Of course, I'm going to IndyCar, IMSA, Indy Lights down in Detroit. It's the debut of SRX this weekend. I think that's going to be the most exciting thing I'm going to be watching out for this weekend. That is going to be interesting. I was talking to. I talked to Willie T. Ribbs yesterday, and it's going to be a show. It's It's definitely going to be interesting. That is for sure. Because, you have guys like Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, Michael Waltrip's going to be in, Bill Elliott, Marco Andretti, Ernie Francis Jr., Greg Biffle will be in there. Yeah, Willie T. Ribs, as I mentioned. You got Paul Tracy, who I would not be surprised after this season if he wrecks somebody, which is probably going to happen. And who knows what's going to happen out there? It's going to be a show for sure. Everyone's going to be gunning for the win. Someone's going to be mad at somebody, and it's going to be awesome. So can't wait for that. And time to make some picks.
Yeah.
Let's start with trucks. Who you got, bud?
We totally overlooked this guy when we were talking about the truck race.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pick Chase Elliott to win the truck series race.
I like that. Yeah. So I'm going to stay consistent, and I'm going to go John Hunter Nemechek. I just think that 4 teams on an absolute roll right now, and I just think Toyota as a whole this season has just been awesome, just been amazing to see from last year when they were absolutely terrible to this year where they're just absolutely dominant. So it's going to be that Ford truck getting it done, but you never know what's going to happen in these races. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
One guy, not going to pick him to win, but I want to shout him out. Matt Crafton. It's going to be his 41st career start at Texas Motor Speedway in the Truck Series this weekend.
Crafton is an absolute legend. All right, Xfinity time. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go first. I mentioned him. He won the last time we were at Texas. Yes, Harrison Burton's going to get his first win this weekend get his first win of the season this weekend at Texas. So good stuff there. 20's going to victory lane. This is his time to get things done. I think the 20's going to be a contender for the championship. We'll just kind of see how that all works out. Really kind of going from that. Who you got, man?
All right. Well, good pick because Harrison Burton, he's done 3 races at Texas Motor Speedway, all top 10 finishes, 2 top 5s, 1 win. Best average finish of any driver out there, 4.0. However, I don't know, man. Like, I want to go with Kyle Busch, but part of me just thinks Austin Cindric is going to be driving like a man possessed after being so close to winning a dominant race at Mid-Ohio. So I'm going to pick Austin Cindric, who, funny enough, was the other winner at Texas Motor Speedway last year. So I'm going to pick Austin Cindric.
Yeah, the 20, until something changes, the 22 is still the team to beat for the championship this year. Okay, so this all-star race is definitely going to be interesting. We got to keep the trend going. Who you got, man?
Well, first of all, we have to start out with the Open. I'm going to pick my 3 guys who I think are going to get in. So I think Tyler Reddick's going to get in by winning 1 stages. I think Bubba Wallace is going to get in.
So is he going to get in on the fan vote, or is he going to win a stage?
I think he's going to win the stage.
Okay. Whoa, there you go.
I think he's going to win the stage.
All right.
And for my 3rd pick, boy, like the thing I love about the All-Star Open is no matter the package, no matter the racetrack, no matter what it is, it's always a dogfight. And you sometimes see guys up there who don't always contend, like on a regular basis and whatnot, but they, like, when they get that chance, they really get up there and seize it. And with that in mind, I'm going to go on a little bit of a limb. I'm going to say Eric Jones is the 3rd stage winner and gets into the All-Star race. Okay. Then for the fan vote, Matt DiBenedetto.
Yeah, I was just about to say that because, I mean, if you had Eric Jones and Bubba Wallace are in the top 5, and then DiBenedetto, I think is if those 2 win stages, I think he's going to get the fan vote. I don't know who's going to win these open things and all that. Who knows what's going to happen there? I'm going to go with, as you said, I think Tyler Reddick in the 8. I think he's going to get in. I think Bubba Wallace is going to in the 23. We'll see on that. I'm going to go with Team Trackhouse. I'm going to go with Daniel Suarez. He's I think he's going to really see that. And then I got DiBenedetto winning the fan vote.
DiBenedetto. Another guy you can't count out, Chris Buescher. He's run very good at these intermediate tracks.
Chris Buescher, both JTG cars are going to be in there. Ross Chastain in the 42. He'll be in the don't forget those Ganassi cars either. So definitely going to be interesting to watch. Anthony Alfredo in the 38. They'll be his first All-Star race. So we'll just we'll have to see. And then Corey LaJoie as well.
We'll be missing Ryan Preece though. They won't be doing the All-Star Open this weekend. Decided to skip it since they do not have a charter.
Right.
Unfortunately.
All right. So who's your pick for the All-Star race? Is it going to be a Hendrick car?
I love being this type of person sometimes. I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin to win, even as he has not won a points race yet this year. I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin to win.
All right. Denny Hamlin going to win the All-Star race. Well, I gotta go with Kyle Larson. I mean, I said this, when I made my picks on Twitter, that 5 team is just amazing improvement. We hadn't touched on this yet, but right now Hendrick Motorsports, I think, is those 4 teams. I think the 5 team is performing really well, and we've had this discussion before when we ranked all 4 Hendrick teams last week. So, but honestly, I think the 5 team is gonna really, they're gonna win. I think that team's on an absolute roll right now. But as we know, things happen when the second half of the season goes, especially when they make the transition from Fox to NBC. By the way, this is Fox's last race of the season. If you followed any of my channel, I got to know a lot of the Fox personalities this year, many of them which I call friends. So nice job to everybody at NASCAR on Fox this year. Overall, I know people complain about the broadcast, and everybody has that right, but it's just getting to know some of the people behind there. It is an interesting thing. I got to see it with my own eyes a few years ago. So I'm excited. Excited for NBC to take over the second half of the NASCAR season this week, next week at Nashville. So that's going to be exciting there, and there will be practice and qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
So there,
first race in Nashville Super Speedway 2 for the Cup Series.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Let's do a bonus pick. Who you got for SRX this weekend?
I'm really excited for SRX. It's going to be a lot of fun. Something very loose, something very fun to see a lot of great drivers out there. We haven't seen in a while. I'm excited for guys like Greg Biffle and Bill Elliott, especially, who I grew up watching stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Who do you think's going to win the race, though? Boy, I think it's hard to count against him, just given the awesome momentum he's had going lately. I think Elio Castroneves is going to win at Stafford. I think so.
Going bold. That's what he does. You know what? Here's the thing with these cars; they're so similar. You don't know which car you're going to get. There's a few certain drivers that I would like to see go out and have at it. But I'm gonna take the local short track guy. I'm gonna take Doug Coby. He's gonna get it done at Stafford this weekend.
Doug Coby, good pick.
Yeah, Tony Stewart's gonna be one to watch. Bobby Labonte, I think, is gonna do really well too. Them is gonna be in there. It'll be interesting. I'm gonna be interested to see how Michael Waltrip does and how Willie T. Ribbs does.
Yes.
And how Bill Elliott does and all those guys. It's definitely gonna be. This is going to be fun to watch. Greg Biffle's going to be an interesting one too. So Yeah,
It'll
I
be a
can't wait.
nice one to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. But anyway, that's Jonathan Fiel. I'm Casey Campbell. I'm in Detroit this weekend. Follow him for all the NASCAR coverage. And this is going to be a fun weekend for motorsports and the All-Star race. And we will see you next week. We're going to talk all things Nashville Super Speedway. It's trucks, Xfinity, and Cup will be there for the first time in like over 10 years. So it's definitely going to be a show for sure.